Welcome, sports fans, to Western Speedway in the Summer Slugfest #7. Tonight we're going to see kickboxing, MMA action, and boxing. It's going to be a fantastic night, and we've got Adam Braidwood. He's the big draw tonight, probably one of the strongest, fittest contenders in the history of Canadian boxing, making his way to the top, and we're going to be there. It's a great story. We're going to tell that. But joining me to help me out here tonight is color commentary guest, great Keith Nadesan. He is my Rain Man. He knows everything about this sport that I need to know, and you probably need to know at home. So he is the expert. He's with me. Keith, how you doing, and what do you think's going to happen tonight?
I'm doing great. Really excited, just as you are, Ken. I'm really excited to see, like you said, Adam Braidwood, the WBU former world heavyweight champion. And also, we've got from Japan, Kentaro son, Miyachi, fighting amateur world champion Suraj Bangarh. Also, we've got one IKF North American title on the line between Lamothe and Venegas. And so all these fights are going to be really exciting, Ken. There's so much more on the card, and we're really looking forward to it tonight.
Yeah, from here at Western Speedway, welcome one, welcome all. We're here with Shaw, Victoria, and we're going to have a great show, probably one of the biggest, best shows in probably 20 years now, Keith. And it's going to be action-packed for sure. So man those battle stations, sports fans, because we're getting set for Summer Slugfest #7.
Put 7 inches.
So ring announcer Jack's on the evening.
Pounds, bringing a record of 3 wins and 1 loss. We bring you Mitch Strazzella.
Mitch Strazzella, 5'6", 140 pounds, a 3-1 record, fighting out of Island MMA. Says he'll tell a story in the ring. Says he has no weakness. Keith, he says he has no weakness at all.
That's really interesting. I've had the opportunity to train with Mitch on very many occasions through his all 3 fights. He's training with Jason Heidt and Derek Medler. He's 0-1 kickboxing, but 3-0 boxing. Justin Knoepfli is 4-1 MMA. So this is Mitch Strazzella's first mixed martial arts fight. It's a real contrast to styles, Ken. So to have no weaknesses but never fight in this format is a lot to say to you.
Well, he's going to have his hands full with Justin Knoepfli? Knoepfli, yeah. Okay. That's a good name. And Knoepfli's going to come in the ring. He's also a 140-pound guy.
Yes, he is, and he's no-fly is what they call him. He's an excellent fighter, and definitely trains out of Alberta. He used to be a boxing coach for his club, and now he's been focused straight on mixed martial arts.
Advanced novice mixed martial arts ruling.
Strazzella in the black trunks with the white and red lettering. And Knoepfli in the blue and black trunks. This is MMA time. What can we expect here, Keith Nadesan?
What we're expecting here is Justin Knoepfli, knowing that Mitch hasn't had a mixed martial arts fight, is going to force us to the ground. Mitch Strazzella is going to use takedown defense and Greco-Roman wrestling to keep it standing and keep it in a boxing atmosphere. So we've definitely got like an old UFC style matchup here with both guys trying to fight totally, completely different styles.
Well, here we go. And they're going to start with the stand-up game. Both are throwing punches. Here's the clinch in the corner. Take it away.
All right, and this is where Knoepfli wants to be, along the ropes. Unfortunately, he's used to fighting in the cage, but he's looking for the double leg right away. Mitch has his underhook in and his whizzer. He's trying to prevent the takedown with light taps, but Knoepfli is trying to get this to the mat, Ken Hobbs.
Knoepfli's 5'9", 140 pounds. He's 4-1 in the MMA and 5-1 for boxing, so he has both of those skills. He's from Fairville, Alberta, and fighting at a Champions Gym in Grand Prairie, Alberta. And he fights for legendary pioneer of the sport, Bill Mahood, MMA legend.
Yeah, Bill Mahood lost a very close decision to Forrest Griffin, the Ultimate Fighter, so definitely a great veteran. And Knoepfli's got a guillotine locked in here. Mitch is fighting with his hands to try to block that, and he gets out of it. Nice left hand by Strazzella.
What an attitude Strazzella had at the press conference yesterday. I mean, he's so very proud of himself. He says he's got no weakness, and you know, let's see how this works out for him.
Beautiful right hand, left hand combination, followed by the right kick by Strazzella. Yes, he's been through a lot, but he's confident, Ken. He's had a hard time lately, but he's been training hard every single day and been working on his Greco-Roman wrestling. Another right hand, left hand combination landed by Strazzella as Knoepfli tries to get back on the inside for a takedown.
Well, just think of all the people that come to Island MMA, man. There's so many great athletes that come out of that club, and they're in there with Peterick's school also. You got two great trainers out of there, Stan Peterick and Jason Height. And a lot of their fighters, I mean, it's just amazing how like every match they're well represented here. There goes Strazzella. He's turning around backwards and throwing punches, but he's just laughing. Knoepfli's just laughing.
A great exchange up there along the ropes by both gentlemen. Mitch is doing a nice combination off the ropes by Strazzella. Uppercut followed by a left hook right hand. Knoepfli is now backing up against the ropes. He felt that body shot to the ribs.
And Justin's bleeding from the nose, it looks like. The two of them are tangling on the board. He is keeping his head up. If Justin Knoepfli does not put his jaw down, he is going to go down.
Beautiful left hand landed by Mitch Strazzella, followed by another one. He's found an opening here, Ken. He's found an opening.
Strazzella laying his hands, looking for something good to happen here. Big overhand right. And a left one. Strazzella's in there having a good time. He looks a little shaken. Justin Knoepfli as he goes to the corner. What does he got to do to stay in this fight?
Excellent round, Ken. As you said, Mitch seemed to take that round, but Jason Height and Derek Medler they don't want Mitch Strazzella throwing any kicks because it opens up the takedown for Knoepfli. So Jason wants him takedown defense, combinations off the body, and I think Knoepfli is trying too much for the tie clinch.
Go ahead.
Beautiful undercut and whizzer combination. Knoepfli went for the guillotine, but Mitch did a good. And as Knoepfli turns his back, great performance by Mitch Strazzella to keep this fight standing throughout that whole round.
There's another big overhand right. Wonder where they learned that down at Island MMA. Here we go again.
Another beautiful left hand by Strazzella. Yeah, it's a great opportunity to be the general manager of Island MMA and Peterick, so I get to see Mitch train on a competitive level with Peter and Paul Lopez. So definitely his hard work in the ring. I'm seeing it all here tonight, Ken.
There he is. They got rid of that bloody nose, and he's back out fighting. And he's going to have to put his chin down, though, Keith, because Strazzella's going to pick him apart here.
You're right, Ken. He's having problems with the Jason Height style of boxing. Knoepfli's hands are dropping. Maybe he had a big weight cut, Ken. We're not sure. We know that Mitch walks around at the weight he's fighting at.
Another left land by Strazzella. Getting a few more in there. He has got energy. Whoa! Knoepfli is fighting back now, holding up against the ropes.
Beautiful right hand by Knoepfli, as you just said, Ken. An uppercut on the inside. Mitch was dominating most of the round, and then Knoepfli, like you said, came back with a nice right hook. So this round is evening out as we go along.
So far I got Strazzella ahead on my scorecards. And now this could be a finisher right here, Keith.
He needs to get his hips down and get leverage on that right now, but it's more of a control position where he can land knees to the body. He's not going to finish a guillotine from there. He's got to get his legs lower and get leverage on that, but he's controlling the action, and that's winning the round.
And throwing a couple punches in there for good measure. Both of them are. There's one right up the old chimney.
You know, Ken, I think the clinch game is going to tire Mitch out faster than it tires Knoepfli, but Mitch has been training so hard. Like he gets Peter and Paul Lopez every round back to back, and so he's put in bad position. So Mitch is ready for this, man. He's been training hard every single day, as hard as he possibly can.
It's amazing you haven't seen a lot of kicking, really. A lot more punching going on in this.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Two beautiful right hands by Mitch Strazzella. The game plan from Island MMA is not to kick, because then it sets up the takedown for Knoepfli.
Interesting. Another overhand right left by Strazzella.
You're right, Ken.
He's target shooting with that right hand. He's just looking to plant the big one here.
And you noticed that earlier, Knoepfli is dropping that left hand, and he's leaving Strazzella open for that right hand.
There it is.
Right again, beautiful.
Knoepfli's a tough kid. He's still going. Landing a knee there. They're going to work on the inside on each other here.
Underhooks.
Two tough 140-pounders fighting here at Western Speedway. Summer Slugfest, number 7. And Justin is bleeding again.
Another beautiful left hand at the end of the round, landed by Mitch Strazzella. You're right, Ken. These guys are in fantastic shape. Neither guy is breathing heavy going into this third round, so we're going to see an exciting round coming up.
Brought to you, this round of MMA brought to you by Evans Flat Roofs Limited.
It's a pleasure to be here with Ken Himes, Summer Slugfest 7. It seems like we've been around this sport for a long time. Ken's been in this sport for a long time as well as I, so we're really excited to be here tonight.
Well, here we go back to the replay action. How do you see this going down, Keith?
I have Strazzella winning both rounds. Knoepfli had a nice left hook early, like you can see with the tie clinch and knees to the body, but Mitch fought off the ropes with uppercuts and hooks and fought really well off the ropes. I think Knoepfli is more used to the cage and not the ring, and that's an advantage to Strazzella.
Well, here we go back to round number 3 here. As the sun goes down on beautiful Langford, BC, where tonight MMA action is one of the main attractions. Hurricane Himes with Keith Naddison at ringside.
Time starts now.
Both men energetic, ready to go in this third round. You're right, Keith. Nobody's tired. At least they're not showing it.
Exactly, Ken. You're exactly right. Both guys are in fantastic shape. These are mixed martial arts, so they're used to 3-5s. So 3 threes for them is a gift, and they're showing it here tonight for us all at Summer Slugfest 7.
Well, I still see a big chin wide open. If I would, there's a right hand again by Strazzella, and a good left too. He's good with both weapons.
Very well recognized by you, Ken. You've noticed Knoepfli has to get his hands up. In mixed martial arts, these are 4-ounce gloves. You can't afford to have your hands down low, just below the chin around the head area. They have to be up high because there's no choice for mistakes here. You get clipped and it's all done, baby. We got Ian Johnson, veteran Golden Gloves guy, walking by.
A lot of people walking by, a lot of successful former athletes. It never used to be this way in the Capital Region, Victoria area, but now there are so many great pugilistic athletes.
Exactly right, Ken. Beautiful right hand and a left hand landed again by Strazzella, but Knoepfli lands a jab as Strazzella walks in. So it's a good round for Knoepfli, a real close round.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Nice. There we go. That's what I want. All day.
Glad to be.
Man, he's still coming at him, Keith.
In my eyes, Ken, Knoepfli needs this round. He can't sit back and counterpunch Mitch Strazzella. I believe Strazzella won the first 2 rounds, so Knoepfli's got to get busy here. He's got to come after Strazzella and win this round at least, if not take him out.
Well, your eyes are better than mine, and I totally believe in what you're seeing because, yeah, and he looks like he wants to come back and win this round. He ain't backing down from nothing.
Exactly, but there's only 3 minutes and he's sitting back. He needs to press forward and get dominant, and he got hit with another left hook as he sits in middle range.
Well, who do you think would do better on the ground?
Knoepfli's the ground fighter. He's the ground fighter. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu expert. And this is where he wants it. He wants Mitch's back along the ropes.
What's your opinion of the ring ropes as opposed to a cage?
It's difficult to compare, except for the fact that if you're looking at an ex-champion that Mirko Prokop from Pride, he used the ropes to corner fighters and uses kickboxing. But in the cage, the wrestlers seemed to be able to cut him down because there was nowhere for him to corner people. So this is definitely Strazzella's advantage.
More hooks landed by Strazzella. He lands another big right there. And this could play heavy on the judges' scorecards. But Justin keeps coming back. That's it.
Beautiful fight, Ken. I really loved that and enjoyed that. We haven't had mixed martial arts here for a little while now, so I was looking forward and really happy to see that here tonight, Hurricane.
Well, Keith, that was a good one. And the boys from Alberta stood and delivered.
Yeah, I got that 3 rounds to nothing for Mitch Strazzella, maybe 2-1, but I've got it 30-27 Mitch Strazzella. We'll see how the judges have it.
Well, let's go to the highlights here. Keith Madison to see what just took place in this very good bout.
Yeah, another left hand, and as you pointed out earlier, Hurricane, Knoepfli had his hands a little low, and Strazzella, being 3-0 in his last 3 boxing fights, took advantage of that and countered with both hands, as you said, both excellent weapons against Knoepfli tonight. No kicks.
Well, still waiting for the judges' scorecards here at Western Speedway, the beautiful Langford, BC, where that was great MMA action, great way to whet the appetite. What do we got coming up next, Keith?
What we got coming up next is we have the fight we've been waiting for. We'll just hear for the announcement here.
Here we go. Judges' scorecards.
The judges score this bout at 30, 27, 29, 28, 30, 27. Winning by unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner,
Mitch Strazzella.
Yeah, 2 of the judges had it the way we had it, Ken. 30-27, Mitch Strazzella. As you pointed out, Knoepfli had his hands down low, and Mitch Strazzella took advantage of that. I'm really impressed having his first mixed martial arts fight, fighting a guy with 5 and winning unanimous decision. You don't see that very often, Ken.
Well, he's going to be proud of himself, and really, he didn't really have that many weaknesses. He said that coming in here. Did you think he was?
Like I said, I'm the general manager of his club, and his girlfriend left to Montreal after an 8-year relationship, and he's been fighting focused, Hurricane. I've never seen him fight with determination and train like that.
Well, here we go, sports fans, back at Western Speedway, Summer Slugfest, number 7. And we're going to have about who are we looking at this time, Keith Madison?
And what we're looking at is Gray Patino, coming out of Lethbridge, Alberta. He's 5-8 as a mixed martial arts practitioner. He's coming up against Paul Lopez, who's 5-1 as a boxer, 2-0 as a Muay Thai fighter, and 1-0 as a mixed martial artist. So, actually, to tell you the truth, we got Mitch Strazella's training partner, his #1 training partner, who we just saw have a victory, coming up against again. And so these two have been training in this weight class like warriors, and I'm expecting another great performance by Paul Lopez. He's very well-rounded. Even the 5-1 boxing fight, you were there that night, Victoria. I thought he won that fight as well. I still believe he's undefeated, but now he's coming up against a guy who's had 13 mixed martial arts fights against his 1 mixed martial arts fight.
Well, be interesting to see what the underdog in this would do, and I'm saying the guy with the least experience is the underdog, Lopez. And our other guy's stretching himself out. The Venom shorts, the green on black. And they call him Sucker Punch. Greg Sucker Punch Patino. He's 24 years old and 5'8", 136, record of 5-8. He is from the mean streets of the Philippines. He fights out of Grand Prairie, Alberta. He wants to be in the UFC and dedicates this match to John Stanley. Now making his way into the ring is Paul Lopez, our guy from Victoria here, 5'11", 138 pounds, 22 years old, record 7-1, Keith. He's kickboxing, boxing, MMA. He does it all, but this is only his second MMA fight, correct?
Exactly, Ken. Like you said, on paper, Patino might have the better record, but I'm expecting, after seeing them both compete, I'm expecting Paul Lopez to put on a dominant performance here. He's like a brown belt level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu expert. He trains with a high-level wrestling coach, Stan Pederik as a kickboxing coach, and Jason Height as a boxing coach. So he's one of the most well-rounded young athletes in this stage of his career I've seen in a long time, Mr. Hurricane.
Thank you for the mister. You good-looking son of a gun. Keith's got great hair for tonight's show.
Thank you, Mr.
Here we go. Lopez is trying to lift up these guys. They're coming out to do a little bit of wrestling right off the bat. Hanging on to the cameraman, Orlando. We're having to hold him up into place here. The crew from Shaw, so he doesn't fall back on top of us. These guys are trying to push each other right out of the ring.
The interesting thing, Ken, is Gray Patino in his last fight actually fought Justin Knoepfli in an earlier fight. So Lopez and the Island MMA team had a good view of both guys to get ready for this fight, as both their competitors are fighting against both guys tonight.
I can't really see what's going on that side, but Cooper's going to let them go. And they're tying each other up there pretty good. Both of them got the green shorts on. So
it's great to have John Cooper here tonight, a veteran mixed martial arts referee out of Battlefield and so many other different organizations. So when John Cooper's in the ring, we definitely feel happy with what we're getting as far as the referee outcome of the fight.
Well, John Cooper let me broadcast one of his shows up in Nanaimo a few years ago, and guess who was on the card? Rory McDonald.
The water boy back then, I believe, Ken.
Rory McDonald, what a show he put on that. Here we go. There's going to be some good action here. Roundhouse kick. Landed by Patino. Man, they are exerting a lot of energy in the clinch. What is the idea? They get him in the corner. What's the guy want to do?
Paul wants to take him down right now. He's trying to dominate him against the clinch. But Patino has his underhook on the left side, and he's got that overhand control of his head trying to keep him. But Paul's looking for double underhooks here, Ken, so he can bring him to the mat.
Oh, we got a bit of a foul as issued by Patino and his corner. So he's going to get 5 minutes, as much time as he wants at 5 minutes being the last call, or?
He's got 5 minutes, but it was kind of on the belt like and against the top of the cup area. So Patino, I don't think he's going to take more than 30 seconds to a minute here. It was a very borderline.
Let's go to replay action right now. Here we go, Keith. What's going on?
I thought it was kind of on the side of the cup as we see it here. I don't think it was flush. So I think Patino's going to be okay here. It was borderline as a low blow, and not very hard as well. More of an entrance knee to enter clinch mode, but not a devastating blow to try to hurt him.
Here we go. Cooper's going to set him up again. Yeah, it's hard to come back from some of these things, and I hate when that happens. Hate it. Patino trying to kick. Lopez lands a roundhouse kick. They're going to try and chop each other's legs down. Patino takes him to the corner again. Lopez. Here we go again.
Here's Paul trying to get double underhooks, but Patino's tough, as you said, knees to the body. It's a war of the clinch here between two mixed martial artists trying to get leverage. Paul has switched that, spin him around, and is now in control along the corner of the ropes, landing some knees to the body. And there we go, to the mat, Ken Hines.
Somebody said put him on the back there. Was that the hurricane shot?
That was the hurricane shot. You heard that call from Jason Height and Derek Medler in the corner.
Put him on his back.
Exactly. That's where they want him.
Look at Lopez is landing the left uppercuts. Put about 6 of them in there in the head area. Patino's hanging on for dear life. With about 5 seconds left in this round.
And he's going to get a takedown before the end of the round, Ken. And there we go. A beautiful takedown by Paul Lopez.
Patino trying to get in the guard position. And it's broken up. Very exciting, very interesting to watch. How many rounds is this one, Keith?
This is 3 threes. Another 3 threes.
All right, 3 threes again here. And you're saying last time not having to go the 5 minutes is a bit of a treat for the guys, maybe.
It is a treat if you look at it that way, but then again, maybe in the jiu-jitsu world, guys need the full 5 minutes to, pick their game plan. It's like a chess match on the ground. Good
show here. Good. How much energy does it take to get a guy in his back from that position, Nelson?
You know, I've been in this position with Paul Lopez at Island MMA, and I've seen him throw actual pros around.
Really?
20, 30 pounds heavier than them. So Paul Lopez, you could look in the corner, he's not even breathing heavy. He could go another 7 or 8 rounds like this, but so he's not wasting any energy.
Paul and Peter Lopez, what an amazing pair of twins out of Island MMA. Here we go. Here's another. Takes him down on his, not so much on his trunk, but we got a fast round here, Keith. Let's call it.
Yeah, we got some. Paul Lopez is coming forward. He's not feeling hesitant at all. He's not worried about Patino's power. You can see at this point, he's walking him down. Patino's trying to counterpunch him, but Lopez wants the clinch. That's what Lopez is, different than his brother Peter. He comes forward and he attacks you.
Little jab landed by Patino. Lopez knows how to box too.
Looking for the double leg, Ken. Another beautiful takedown by Paul Lopez.
Just breathe, take your time.
Watch his submission.
On the judges' scorecards for all our folks at home, Keith, a takedown is worth what to the judges?
Well,
how important is that?
It's very important in a fight that's close. You know, that usually in a mixed martial arts fight, there's 4 criteria: damage, and then continuous punches landed, then takedowns and ring generalship. So in this fight where it's been very close, those takedowns are very important, Ken.
Right on. Well, they're in the corner. Somehow both of them seem to pick the same outfit for the show tonight. And but that really is Lopez on top in the guard position. Patino trying to hang in. He's got his neck up on the rope, and that's it's probably not a good place to be, eh, Keith?
It isn't a good place, and you know, Paul would rather have the cage in that position, but he's going to come back to it, and now we're going to see some real Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because there's no cage, and both guys are in the center of the ring, so now we're going to see who has the better guard game and who can submit from this position.
Little hammer fist landed by Lopez. Patino's hanging on. Patino from the mean streets of Philippines, Manila. Dedicating the match to John Stanley once again.
Paul Lopez is trying to get to side mount here. Now he's gone to north-south. So and switches to it back. Very dominant positions by Paul Lopez. He's looking, he can't land elbows because it's a semi-amateur fight, but now he's looking for full mount.
Patino rolls him right back out.
Beautiful spin around by Patino, as you called, Ken. Very beautiful, where Paul seemed to be dominating on the ground, and Patino, as you said, came with a beautiful spin to get back in a good position.
And they're both back up on their feet again. You know, generally a lot of MMA cards I've seen in the past around here aren't always this exciting, but these two guys bring a real flavor to it. And they're doing everything: kickboxing, boxing, little wrestling going on.
You're right, Ken. Paul is so explosive. Patino flipped him over, but Paul just stood right back up to his feet. That's endurance and strength. And now Paul's got him back up along the ropes, scoring points with knees in this position, looking for a double leg again, Ken.
And Patino's got a little dribble of blood coming out of his left nostril. And that also will play on the judges' scorecard, will it not?
It definitely will, Ken. Mr. Hurricane, it definitely will.
Mr. Hurricane.
I've got this 2 rounds to nothing again for Paul Lopez. I don't see how you can call it any other way.
No, absolutely. That blue corner tonight seems to be the place to be for overall dominance.
Maybe there's a lucky charm in there, Mr. Hurricane, but
Let's go to the highlight reel now. Keith Addison, what are you seeing?
I'm seeing Paul Lopez clinch, looking for the double leg and taking it with strength and endurance. Look at the corner of Paul Lopez. He's barely breathing heavy. He's a great athlete. And like you said, Ken, he's got a twin brother. There he is on the ground, going from north-south to side mount to full mount, exploring all the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and taking his back as well.
Excellent way to get through that round. Here we go. Third round action, 3 3-minute rounds. Here we go, back up on their feet again.
You're definitely right, Ken, that we've got 2.
Whoa! Did Lopez land a big right leg in there somewhere?
A big front kick to the head, straight Anderson Silva, Steven Segalstein, Mr. Hurricane. Another beautiful low left leg kick by, but even Patino, look at the shape he's in, Mr. Hurricane. Both these guys are in fabulous condition.
Whoa, big shot. Lopez did not phase Lopez whatsoever.
Yeah, it just landed.
He's got his arm.
See, Paul Lopez is 5-1 as a boxer here, so he's comfortable in this position, but I think he really relies. And there he's got double underhooks again. That's what he wants, and that's how you get to the mat. Double underhooks is the name of the game in mixed martial arts.
Control first. Good head position. Good head position. Far side
Straight into side mount. Hurricane, and he's, if he had elbows here, he could be really dominant with some striking, but he's just, you can hear from his corner in the blue, Jason Knight, Derek Medler, they just want control. They just want control from him.
Well, he's controlling the whole fight at this stage. He's trying to take his back. Here he comes. Well, what's the strategy now, Madison?
It's just, I would be raining down punches. If he gives up his back, then you go for the rear naked choke. That's what he's doing right now. He's got the Nogueira-style body lock in. And
Lopez is landing the right.
And it's set up the rear naked choke. It's over, Ken Himes. He's got it in. The rear naked choke should finish it right here. I can see it from my angle. It's deep as hell. But Patino comes up big with some good hand fighting to get out of it.
Well, let's not count it over too fast because they're going to fall right out of the ring. There they go. They're on their way to the concession stand here at the Speedway.
You were right, Hurricane, though. You can't underestimate Patino. He's a very tough guy. And
Cooper's going to set them back up again. Here we go. Lopez on top. Patino on the bottom. Both gentlemen wearing the same shorts. It's a unique experience for me.
Especially when they're both like Mexican or Italian descent, so the same skin color as well, and they're, you know, they're ready to, they look exactly the same. It's hard to tell them apart.
Philippines.
Where's that dart?
Mean Streets, Philippines.
Take his back.
I have no problem telling them apart.
Open mouth, good.
Beautiful. This is, Paul Lopez is very dominant here.
Look at this. Oh.
10 seconds. Squeeze that. Come on.
This is a guy with one mixed martial arts fight, fighting a guy with 13 and dominating him on the ground. Like I said, I expected a dominant performance from Paul Lopez, and that's what we have here today. Another 30-27 round.
Wow. Incredible. You know, I'm really liking the MMA show here tonight. Sometimes the stuff can be kind of dull. I just laying around, and I mean, to fans that don't know the sport, they want to see, they prefer the stand-up game because we don't have the huge instant replay like they would in a giant stadium.
Yeah, a beautiful front kick, Anderson Silva style by Paul Lopez to start that round, and then a dominant on the ground from side mount to back mount to rear naked choke position. Just a dominant display on the ground like Paul Lopez does in training. He dominates pros. These kids are awesome.
22-year-old Lopez, 24 Patino. We're gonna get the judges' scorecards, and we're gonna zip out of here real quick after we get those scores. What a night, though. Very full place. There's at least 500 people on the ground here. We got the Farkle Garage playing over there. We got another, what's that, 500, 800 up behind us easily?
I have to agree, Ken. I think we're looking at between 11 and 1,300 people here with a quick estimation of what we have here tonight.
I'm gonna go with 2,000. I'm gonna go with 2,000. Great track. Track's been around here for many, many years. I got a chance to play the 50th anniversary, and that was a lot of fun. Here we go.
This bout of MMA, the judges scored this 30-27, 30-27, 30-27, winning by unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner, Paul Lopez!
Well, once again, we got it right. Paul Lopez dominated. It wasn't that hard to figure that one out. It was a great match. Patino can be proud of himself. Lopez, he's got to feel good going back.
Like we said, another dominant performance, as you said, Hurricane by Paul Lopez. Him and Mitch Strazzella, you can tell, iron sharpens iron, and that's what happened here tonight, Strazzella and Lopez.
Here we go, sports fans. We got Rob Doerksen heading into the ring right now. This is going to be a big match, one of the exciting ones of the night. We got the very tall Doerksen, and he is taking on who?
Taking on Cody Jerome. He's 21 and a young phenom in the sport of modified Muay Thai. He's the world champion, IKF full Muay Thai rules, and also the Fight Force Muay Thai champion.
Progressive Fighting Academy in Lethbridge, Alberta, with a height of 5 foot 11 inches, weighing in at 165 pounds, with a record of 12 wins, 3 losses, Cody Jerome!
Cody Jerome, 5'11". He's going to have his hands filled with the taller Rob Doerksen. Rob Doerksen's at least 6'3".
He is, and he's definitely the taller athlete here tonight, and a lot of experience. Rob lost his first 2 kickboxing fights, training under Curtis Lee Turcotte, kind of threw him in the fire against Carl Bergen, former undefeated mixed martial artist, and Chase Ingalls, a young phenom. But after that, he's won 10 straight, went up to Thailand, Hurricane, perfected his game, came back, and like I said, he's won 10 straight. He's 35. This might be one of his last performances, he told me earlier, and he's taking on the young and up apparent guy coming up. So does Rob have anything left in the tank for a killer like this? We're just about to find out. I think Rob's a great fighter fighting under Dan Roulette, but I think our Cody Jerome's got a slight advantage here, Ken.
Yeah, Cody's fighting under Don Ouellette, and haven't seen him for at least a couple decades.
Yeah, did you know him back in the old Pederix days? I think he used to train there. Now he's moved out to Saskatoon, but came back to help Rob Doerksen and VMA with some of the young guys with their boxing, Don Ouellette.
Well, he's going to be proud of the guys there. He's in Rob Doerksen's corner. Here we go.
You know, Rob Doerksen has his own mixed martial arts club. It's called Victoria Martial Arts, and having a troubled youth, he came back to open up his own club and help other youth in the same situation, and now he's a leader by example.
Here we go. Doerksen softs off the left kick and right hand. Cody Jerome coming back at him hard. Doerksen trying to tie him up here. Doerksen keeps his hand very, very low at this point. He's throwing some good hard kicks, some good hard punches.
Man, this is what the young guy needs to do. He needs to come after the veteran and take him apart. Rob Doerksen has a beautiful right hand. He's knocked a few opponents out with it cold, so he needs to set that up. But Cody Jerome is really closing the distance, Mr. Hurricane.
Big roundhouse kick led by Doerksen. The knees keep coming from both guys. Cody looks a little wild with his punches. Doerksen tries to tie him up once again. Doerksen keeps firing the bombs from the outside. There's a roundhouse kick that landed on Jerome.
Beautiful left hand there by Cody Jerome. Rob Doerksen is taking some shots and coming back. He needs to let this initial attack go through, and then he's coming back, you know?
Once again, Jerome is 5'11", 165 pounds, 12-3 record he brings here tonight from Progressive Fighting Academy. Head instructor Brad Wall. He's a pressure fighter. He likes his hands. He likes to come forward. He believes he has excellent cardio. And he is. He keeps coming forward. He's throwing some wild punches, so I think he might get in trouble. And Doerksen, on the other hand, is dropping his hands. He might get in trouble. I don't know what's going to happen here right now.
Beautiful knee to the body by Robert Doerksen, and an uppercut. But Cody Jerome is on him like glue, Hurricane. He is not letting him breathe. Rob Doerksen needs to use that jab, set up that knee. That right hand is a big weapon for Rob Doerksen.
Well, that's what he calls. He says he's the pressure fighter. He's just an odd style. He looks like he's slapping and not punching Jerome. He's got look at the way he punches, wild kind of punches.
Beautiful right hand by Cody Jerome to end that round. Definitely on the scorecards and win that round. Can he keep up that high intensity for the whole fight? I see him in the corner with former world champion Jason Fenton from Vancouver in his corner. Didn't know he was his coach, but he's got a full arsenal of great coaches in his corner tonight.
Well, what a matchup this is going to be. And we're done with round number 1. And Fight Force Muay Thai lightweight champion at one time. Here we go to the replay. What's going on here, Keith?
A lot of clinch work. Like we said, Cody Jerome's coming forward, and Rob Doerksen's trying to tie him up in the clinch. So they're both landing shots, but Jerome is the more aggressive fighter at this point.
Wild punching going on there. Lots of knees.
I've seen Rob Doerksen actually break bamboo trees in half in Thailand after 10 kicks in a row. So he needs to land those low kicks. Rob Doerksen has beautiful kicks. He needs to take advantage of that. He's being outmatched a little bit here by Jerome at the beginning of this fight, and we're going to see what happens.
Well, I like the fact that Rob Doerksen is a club owner who actually fights. A lot of those guys don't fight and don't put it on the line. Doerksen puts it all on the line.
Especially at 35, fighting a
12-2 record. Kicking hard at each other. Here they are. They're in our corner right now. We're looking up. Doerksen's trying to kick his legs out from underneath him. Jerome licks a big overhand right. It's strange how those wobbly punches keep getting in there.
A beautiful exchange there. A right uppercut landed by Doerksen, but followed, like you said, by the overhand right counter by Cody Jerome. So definitely a good exchange by both athletes. But Jerome's not using a lot of skill. He's telegraphing his punches. Rob needs to land that right hand on the way in.
Doerksen is 36 years of age. He says he's got a few good fights in him, and I talked to him yesterday at the V Lounge at the press conference.
Cody Jerome is 12-3, but he fought his last fight a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of people thought that Jerome lost a home round decision, so he's coming out mad. Hurricane, he feels like he won his last fight, and he's coming out with a vengeance like I expected him to. He spoke earlier at the press conference.
So many shots are being landed by both guys. Doerksen has a little more power in those shots.
He definitely does, Hurricane, but Jerome is putting it on him. He's coming forward. Nice right hand by Robert Doerksen to the body and to the head.
Right over top of us once again. The knees continue to come up. Jerome's doing well to hold off the taller guy.
Another beautiful right hand to the body by Robert Doerksen. Cody's slowing down.
Big, beautiful right roundhouse kick to the head of Jerome. I can't believe he's still standing.
Very tough round to score, Stan. I mean, Mr. Hurricane. I'd have to give that round to maybe Rob Doerksen for the low body shots for the right hand. It seemed to slow Cody Jerome down a little bit, but
well, it's exciting to see for sure, and he puts out a lot of fighters too, Doerksen, on all the local shows. And once again, I said, like, he's got a few left in him. Let's go to the highlights.
A beautiful left hand by Doerksen. Like you said before, Jerome is throwing some wild shots. They are landing. How effective they are on the judges' scorecards, because Doerksen's landing the cleaner shots. It's going to depend on how the judges are looking at this fight. Are they going for the aggressor, or are they going for the guy landing the cleaner shots?
Well, here we go. Jerome continues to push forward like he said he's going to do, tying him up, throwing those knees, throwing those punches. Big round coming up for both men here. Well, Jerome said he'd come out blasting. He's definitely doing that. He is blasting. Jerome's fought in the Fight Force. The IKF Muay Thai.
He is the champion, Mr. Hurricane. Beautiful knee to the body. He's a Muay Thai champion, so he wants the Thai clinch.
Well, they both kind of slipped there, so. Doerksen's looking a little bit out of breath right now. But he's still throwing those big right laser beams.
That's his best punch, Ken. I saw him knock a guy out cold for 3 minutes in Victoria in 2013, so he needs to land that more effectively. Is this clinch work tiring the power in that right hand? We're going to see.
Well, that connected by Jerome. It might have been all over. But here comes Doerksen. He just turns it around. What a war we have going on here. Madison.
What an explosive fight, Hurricane. Definitely both guys fighting for their lives. Very hard fight to score. I believe Jerome's coming forward. Maybe his aggression is winning. What do you think, Hurricane?
You know, he is coming forward all the time. I think Doerksen's a little more effective with the shots that he lands.
I have to agree. So
And he's the hometown guy, so I don't know if that'll play into anything with the judges.
that makes a big difference, Hurricane. But yeah, this is a very tough fight to score. The other ones seem fairly easy, but this one's tough. Nice lower knee to the kick by Robert Doerksen. Beautiful performance.
Almost tried to throw him up to Nanaimo there with that shot. Right off the top of his gloves. There's Jerome again. He just never tires.
He's not seeming tired, but his punches don't have the same effectiveness as they did earlier in the first round.
Oh, for sure. I'm not complaining. This is great action. There we go. Another round down in the record book. Doerksen standing, waiting for his chair to come up to him. And there's the knees once again. Jerome continues with the knees. Continues to, there's a slip on both men's part there. Sometimes you get a little water in the corner. Corner people don't clean it up enough, and if the referee doesn't catch it, it can get really slippery there. Look at Doerksen just waiting for the big shot.
Oh yeah, Rob landed a couple nice knees to the body and a couple counter straight rights, and Cody with, like you said, an unorthodox punching. But there's Rob, another clean punch. Really hard round to judge, Hurricane.
Yeah, well, this one should tell the tale.
Yeah, we just up along the cage. Mark Pennington got in the middle of it, separates them. And, you know, we didn't get to see much on that exchange, but here we go. Final round. Cody Jerome does not win another one, and in another controversial split decision lost, Hurricane. He wants his fight, he's coming after it.
And Doerksen throws him down to the ground. Jerome is back up again, trying to kick his legs out. Does a jumping kick, another roundhouse kick by Doerksen. Doerksen throwing the straight kicks. Whoa, there's a big knee landed by Doerksen. And that caught Jerome. He's trying to rip him right out of the ring. Jerome keeps coming. What a competitor Cody is.
Exactly, Hurricane. But Rob used to land those low leg kicks. You can hear the smack on him. See, every time Rob lands a punch from middle range, it hurts Cody. He's got to keep that middle range. What a fight!
Rumble time in Langford. The big brawl here. Brawl for it all for both of these guys. Exceptional. What a battle. Rob Doerksen is giving this up for his lady.
Lorena Marie.
Lorena Bell.
Recently married Lorena Marie. Now Lorena Marie Doerksen. You got to give Rob Doerksen a lot of credit. 35 years old, the leader of the gym, training his own guys and coming out here and putting on a war like this. As you said earlier, Hurricane.
Look at them go. Here they go. Here they go. The crowd is crazy. They're going wild here, as they should be. This is electrifying. This is kickboxing at its best. Back-to-back action. Jerome's trying to finish it off. It is over. 3 rounds of 2 minutes.
Beautiful knees by Rob Doerksen at the end of that round to score, Hurricane. Very, very hard round to score. To me, it was a 3-rounder. I mean, you could call that a draw, but if you had a 10-10 round. But would you give that fight, Hurricane, for pure aggression on Jerome?
Well, there's the action. Doerksen deposits him on the canvas. Then Cody comes back. Doerksen continues to throw. There's another one. I think Doerksen won this. I think Doerksen finished stronger. His punches had more meaning, more intent on them. I think his kicks, he really threw some hard kicks to start that round. I think Jerome I think he just fizzled a little bit. He just didn't seem to have the power on his punches. And I think Doerksen is going to take this fight.
We're going to have a close decision here. I agree with you there. We're seeing a lot of clinch work and a hand, shaking hands after. And Robert Doerksen's got the Victoria Mixed Martial Arts banner up. He wants some people to come out and support the club. He's proud of what he's done. And we're proud of him too, a Victoria native out of Nanaimo, had a questionable youth growing up, and he's come back to prove that to young people that there is another chance in life to be successful.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Adam Braidwood story. Adam Braidwood's coming up momentarily, and he's the big fight of the night.
Judges have judged this round at 36-40.
36-40. 36-40.
Cody Jerome.
39, winning by unanimous decision.
Unanimous decision. Here it comes. Robert Doerksen.
Ken Himes had it right there. Robert Doerksen landed the cleaner shots, knees to the body, the cleaner right hands, and for a 35-year-old to come against this young 21-year-old phenom, amazing performance by Robert Doerksen. Got to give him some respect, and the Victoria martial arts community taking out a world modified Muay Thai champion here, and gracing Victoria, gracing the ring. Proud of every minute he spent in there, and like I said, he can be ready to retire. He's really gracefully. There's not going to be too many times left for Robert Doerksen, and we're proud to have him with us tonight.
Well, I think there's at least 3 more. That's what he told me at the press conference yesterday. He isn't going to slow down. Once again, one of those club owners that actually puts it on the line in front of his students, and it's always a bit of a gamble because if you're the club owner and you lose a couple times, you might not have the kind of attendance you want. So there he is, moving about. So for people at home maybe watching what Doerksen's doing right now, it's a spiritual thing to the Muay Thai gods, correct?
I believe so, Ken. I believe that's what's happening here. What a great performance. Robert Doerksen proved that you can fight off the ropes. He proved that age doesn't matter. He proved that leading his team when you're against a world champion, that's like a Rocky story. I love the music in the background, and we're really proud of Robert Doerksen for getting the victory tonight. The Hurricane was right. He felt it, and he felt it.
All right, here we go. Another big fight of the night here. And the 2 guys are making their way out of the ring. Who's this guy on the right from Japan?
It's Kentaro's son, Miyachi, fighting out of the Japanese Crush League. He's down here as an exchange student, and he's coming in here to fight. We're really excited. He fought Master Sato in Japan, who's a legend in an 80,000-person stadium a couple of years ago, so he's used to the big crowds. He's used to not being the person that everyone's looking at to win, and he comes in with a lot of Japanese warrior spirit and heart. He will not get tired, Hurricane.
Well, he's from Nagoya, Japan, a city famous for producing luxury brand Lexus, automobiles, and robotics. He's 5'8", weighs 142 pounds. He's 30 years old. He attends Sprout Shaw College, and here comes his opponent, making his way out. So a little bit more on Kentaro. Amazing guy, 7-3 with 2 draws. He loves the sport of Muay Thai. Came to Canada April 15th. And he has got his hands filled with the guy who's coming out right now from the Victoria area, Suraj Bangarh will be making his way. Suraj Bangarh coming in, 17-4-1. He retired at 25, and he's coming back tonight to fight again. 5'10", 142 pounds from Pedrix. He believes himself to be a counter fighter. Great timing. He trains for the fun, and his off hours, he works as a correctional officer. An
excellent fighter. I actually was there in 2000 15 when he won the IKF World Amateur Championship against a gentleman from Australia. He came back in 2016 and won another IKF World Champion. So we've got a 2-time World Amateur Champion, a beautiful kicker. He trained with Lee Mueller out of Canada's Best as a youth. Came in later to train with Stan Pedrick, but definitely an amazing kicker, karate background. Kicks like a mule. You can ask Tim Packer, Paul Crew, any of the gentlemen that he trains with at Pedrick's Martial Arts, and he's definitely a phenom in the sport. It's a pleasure to have him back for at least one more fight.
Kicks like a mule, eh? How about a Rocky Mountain sheep?
Yeah,
those things kick really hard, too.
They definitely do.
He does kick hard. He kicks fast, too, and he's very composed. Well, both of these men are going to have a great time in there because both of them are very good. Kentaro Miyachi in the red and white, and Suraj Bangarh in the blue and white. Here we go. Mark Pennington, the third man in the ring. How many rounds, how many minutes, Keith?
I think we've got three 3-minute rounds here again. Ken,
three?
Three 3-minute rounds, yes.
3-minute round in kickboxing.
Yes. 4 rounds, sorry guys, 4 rounds.
Wow. You can feel the energy. You can feel the amazing energy and power coming off both of these guys.
Suraj Bangarh is a natural slow starter. He's got to get a feel for things. Once he lands things, then he starts landing his effective punches, but he's definitely a slow starter, so don't get excited if Kentaro's son is early here aggressive. Suraj is blocking those shots and looking for his opportunity.
Well, he says he's a counter fighter, and that's what he's doing right now.
2 high-level champions here. Suraj, a 2-time amateur world champion. Kentaro fighting out of the Japanese Crush League, which is a semi-amateur league. So in Japan, there's no pro-amateur. It's almost semi-amateur, so it's pro. So definitely 2 high-level athletes here. You could almost consider this a pro fight.
So they continue to kick each other hard and with determination. Miyachi's finally getting a little bit tired. There was a kick that came from some bad place. Whoa! Bangarh bangs him. What a name for a fighter, though.
Beautiful right kick by Bangarh, and then followed by a right hook by Kentaro. So both guys are landing quality punches here, and Suraj gets more comfortable as the fight goes on. You're going to see that.
Miyachi's definitely more active.
Pressure on him, Kentaro. Keep the pressure on him, buddy. You're doing great.
Those are thundering kicks, the roundhouse being landed by Suraj.
Exactly, Ken. Even a kick that's so heavy, even if it lands off your gloves, it's still very powerful blocking them with your
no
wrist
doubt.
and your hands.
We're going to give each other a little credit after the bell. Tap gloves, sign of gentlemanship in this very, very tough sport. Well, Miyachi would like to go to the Glory Kickboxing organization one day.
A beautiful right kick landed by Suraj Bangarh. Didn't fish, it kind of landed, but Kentaro blocked it partially, but it's still effective. Beautiful low left kick by Kentaro, followed by a right kick that knocked Kentaro off balance. So I think Kentaro's landing the cleaner shots to the body.
Well, once again, it's fantastic. High definition look at television here at its best from the Shaw Channel 4 crew out of Victoria. Very, very good. I'm liking what I'm seeing here on the replay screen. Here we go. Big round for both these guys. Round number 3. Whoa. You don't want to drop your gloves for either one of these guys and take one of those shots full on. Suraj is covering up well. There's a side kick. There's a roundhouse to the body by Miyachi.
Beautiful right hand to the rib area by Miyachi. And another leg kick followed to the thigh of Suraj Bangarh.
Miyachi showed here up here in Victoria on April 15th. He attends Sprout Shaw College. He's taking English courses. A very humble guy when I talked to him yesterday. Whoa, a big left scored by Miyachi. Sent Bangarh back. More great body work by the Japanese fighter.
Beautiful exchange of leg kicks by both gentlemen. Very solid.
Whoa.
You can hear them bang off the skin.
Beautiful kick. It's like World War III between Japan and India. Pick your poison. Who's the better man? Just great skill set. I still say Suraj has a harder shot, and if he gets in there just once, I think it could be all over if he really tests the chin of Miyachi.
Beautiful kick to the body by Suraj Bangarh, and followed by another low kick to the thigh by Miyachi.
Lots of knees, lots of kicks. Man, oh man, what a great skill set these guys have.
This round of kickboxing brought to you by Booster Juice, with locations on Shelburne, Cook Street, and in Hillside Shopping Center.
Well, Miyachi was telling me earlier.
Beautiful low left kick by Miyachi, followed by a glancing kick by Suraj. Good counter off the head, as you said earlier. Suraj is a counter fighter. Miyachi kind of landed the corner of his glove on Suraj's eyes, and you see him blink. So I'm not sure if that's affecting his vision, but right now it looks clear.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's rubbing his nose, his eye area. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, sometimes, Ken, the corner of your glove or the corner of the lace in your glove, even though it's taped, can land on the eye. It wasn't an intentional shot by Kentaro, but definitely it seems to have no effect now because Suraj is not blinking anymore and he's rubbed it off.
Or sweat, or Vaseline, or ointment. Here they come. This is the last round. 4-round fight. And neither one of these guys want to lose this round.
That's it. That's it. Let your hands go. Let your hands go now. Hey!
Beautiful right kick by Miyachi's, followed by Suraj. They answer each other every time
Whoa.
someone throws a shot.
What do you think? Did he slip?
He definitely slipped. It was half a kick, but he was walking backwards. But definitely those kicks are taking effect, like you called earlier, Hurricane. Maybe he's losing balance because his legs are getting tired. You can see the redness on both guys' legs from the lower leg kicks both are landing.
Yeah! That's it.
Suraj just keeps taking and just whatever, bring it on. Like, he's not mocking him or smiling or anything like that, but you can just see he's like, I want some more of that. Whoa, big kick landed. Roundhouse kick. Suraj took him up against the rope. However, Miyachi keeps coming on, keeps putting on the pressure.
You can hear from the Pedric's corner that Suraj is a heavy kicker, and Stan Pedrick wants him to throw more kicks. He's got to use that effective weapon more often if he expects to win this fight. Beautiful.
Counter that, Kentaro, counter it.
Where do they get that energy and that speed with these late rounds to throw beautiful high kicks like that?
Like we said earlier, Ken, the BC Athletic Commission hasn't sanctioned pro kickboxing in BC yet, so these guys are practically pro fighters, but not having the opportunity to fight at a pro level.
Listen up. Yeah!
Here we go, last 10 seconds. Keith, this is it. That kick hurt. That kick hurt him.
Oh, beautiful
That's
left hand by Suraj Bangarh to end the fight.
That's how you want to end the fight. That's one the judges are going to take home, I believe. Overall, pound for pound, the tougher man in there, I believe Suraj. Let's see which way it goes. What do you think, Keith?
I thought it was it's so hard to score because, like you said earlier, Suraj is the more powerful man, landing the heavier shots, but Kentaro is landing a lot of leg kicks, a lot of body. It's an accumulation of punches, so another really tough round to score. We're going to see a round 4, and it's anyone's fight right here.
Here we go to the replays. Keith, take it away.
Suraj throws a nice push kick, partially blocked by Kentaro. Beautiful defense. Another one, partially blocked. Kentaro's got such great defense, it's hard to hit him flush.
It's hard to hit him flush, but I think Suraj left a lot of heavy, heavy bombs there in his feet and his hands that made an impact on me. Let's see which way the judges go. Do we have another round here, Keith?
Yeah, we have a 4th round in this fight.
I'm sorry, I miscounted. That's why
hard.
You're young, smart, and good looking, and you're working with the old mule deer here.
Working with a legend, but definitely neither guy has any mark on his face, so there is a lot of leg kicks, but not a lot of damage to the face.
Oh, what's with the mouth guard?
Slipped out. Suraj, this is his best round. This is where he gets aggressive, and he needs to feel people out, but you're going to see, that's why they call him the banger, man. He's going to come out banging. Hurricane.
That's not just his name either.
No, it's not.
I'm not sure what's going with the mouth guard here. Ouellette is working the corner.
Yeah.
It's the Victorian Martial Arts scenario here again. Doing very well in that red corner.
This could be a point taken away for this kind of...
for delay?
Not for delay. I mean, if you got to get this thing going. This is a 4th round high-level fight. You got to get your mouth guard in.
Okay, let's see if you're right about Suraj. And he tries a spinning side kick. There's a roundhouse kick.
Beautiful.
There's a front kick.
Nice combination.
And here comes Miyachi. There. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, follow that up.
Somebody's going to need some Epsom salts at the end of tonight, Keith.
Beautiful fight, Hurricane. We're privileged to be here for this one. Both guys throwing high-level punches and kicks. Neither guy even tired, Hurricane.
Marashi talks about his conditioning all the time. It's a big thing in his life.
Beautiful lower body shot there by Adam. An amazing front kick.
Oh! 2 in a row. 2 in a row.
That's exactly how he won the world title.
He went back to the well.
2016 Hurricane. A front kick.
Here we go. He's going to try to do 3 times in a row, Keith.
Beautiful.
There's some
left,
punches.
right hand uppercut.
Whoa. Another one of Petterik's prodigies. The prodigy son, Suraj.
Right now. Take it to him right now. Back him up. Hey.
Beautiful straight left hand there, Hurricane. Suraj is turning it up in the 4th round like he always does.
Miyachi is in trouble. Miyachi he can no longer take much more of this punishment. He's coming forward, holding a brave face. 10 seconds left to go. Bangarh comes on. He's banging away. Trying to kick to him. There's a left hand. Beautiful left. Uppercut. Bangarh fights it. Beautiful. Petterik is smiling in the corner. They're laughing over there. Man, when a guy fights that hard and goes so through the distance and doesn't quit and puts it on in the last second, that's what the people love. Coach is happy. Keith, what do you think?
I got an excellent fight. Everything you said is perfect. I have to give Suraj Bangarh a 3-1 fight edge there. The 4th round is always the most important. Hurricane, and he did it tonight.
Well, let's go back to the highlights there. There's a left punch. Miyachi's trying to, his hands are low. There, what a kick that was. A second one. Who'd put it up there a second time? He wasn't probably expecting that.
It's an Anderson Silva special, dude. He's knocked people out.
There
with
we
it.
go. Now he's going to use the other leg to do that. There's the other leg. He can kick on all sides. All guns a-blazing. Wow. Well, I think it's going to be the blue corner again. Keith.
I have to agree with you on this one, Hurricane. I think he stole it in that 4th round. Beautiful right kick by Suraj Bangarh to end that round, followed by an amazing left hook. After watching this guy spar, being the general manager of the club, he's definitely a high-level striker. Seeing him put people down in sparring and not even try, he's a great athlete. Wants to be a police officer, and he's a corrections officer at the moment.
Here we go, judges' scorecard.
4 rounds of kickboxing. The judges have judged this bout at 39, 37,
39, 37,
40, 36,
40, 36,
40, 36,
for the unanimous decision. In the
corner,
blue corner, Suraj Bangarh.
Yeah, Suraj Bangarh, an excellent performance. We both thought he won by 2 rounds there. 3 rounds to 1, the same score that the judges had. Hurricane, you called that one again perfectly, and you're right, he was landing the heavier strikes. Kentaro was landing a lot of strikes, but the heavier punches were landed by Suraj Bangarh, and Patrick's got another victory from a 2-time amateur world champion.
Wow. All right, let's wrap this one up here once again. Miyachi's got it. He did the best he could. Bangarh was the better man. They're both winners, though, in my eyes.
Definitely a great performance by Kentaro from Japan, coming over here to win it.
Here we go, title fight on the line, Keith. What are we fighting for?
We're fighting for the North American welterweight modified Muay Thai IKF championship. We got Greg Lamothe trying to win his second title in a row. He won the Canadian version of this title, and now he's trying to win the North American version of this title from the IKF organization.
Well, this should be a good one. They're playing Ozzy Osbourne's generals gathered in their masses. That fight fans gathered in the masses here. We're in the LA area, that's Langford area, Western Speedway, on a beautiful warm night here, Keith Madison. It's good to have you on here. Keeping me informed of the mission as we go through the night.
I appreciate being here. Great working with a legend like the Hurricane, who's been a broadcast expert in this facility since mixed martial arts and boxing started. And back in the 90s, Ken Himes has been commentating or ring announcing in this sport. He's a well-known name, so it's great to be able to work together on this Shaw broadcast. We appreciate being here, and we're getting down to the crunch of entertainment, Hurricane. The last 3 fights and the only title fight of the card tonight.
And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner with Martial Arts Unlimited from Victoria, British Columbia, with a height of 5 feet 11 inches, weighing in at 146 pounds. We have Greg Lamothe.
Well, Greg Lamothe has just been offered up to the crowd, and he is a fan favorite. One of the nicest guys around that you'll ever want to meet. He is what is good about this sport. Works hard, trains hard, eats hard. Good family man. And where do we go with this? I mean, he's a great athlete also.
An excellent athlete, Ken, and a gentleman of the sport. He's the owner of Unlimited Martial Arts off of the Gorge, high end of Victoria Tillicum area. He's actually living above his club in an ex-grocery store, and now a club underneath. So he lives in the gym, you could so to say, and he trains in the gym with his beautiful wife, and this is his life. He's a gentleman of the sport. I remember when I competed back in 2013. He came in as a young man and held some pads for me, and I was really shocked at his knowledge level and his way he made me feel about getting ready for that fight. So I've always looked up to Greg Lamothe, and one of the good young men that owns his club and is a good competitor on his own as well.
Well, he's trained with a lot of the good ones. Used to spar with Gabriel Varga, glory champion. That's a good sparring partner to have. Now he is fighting Aussie Osvaldo Bangarh, 39 years of age, 5'9", 147 pounds, from Sit Yod Tone Gym in Los Angeles. 9 wins and 3 losses.
Protect yourself at all times. Keep your eyes on your opponent at all times.
As you were telling me earlier at the press conference, Ken, Greg is also 2-0 in boxing out of Com Sports. After 2 boxing fights, he was ranked #1 in the province in British Columbia. And so now he can box, and if I was Greg, I would use his long range and power and let Venegas walk into his punches.
Here we go, round number 1.
Movement.
Filling each other out right now. Aussie Venegas, he is 39 years old, and he does not feel old, he tells me. He has changed his career, his life. There's no alcohol, there's no family issues holding him back, there's no monetary issues in the whole club scene. It's almost cultish the way they train. They take care of everything on the side so they can just fight, breathe, live, sleep fighting.
Very well said, Hurricane. Very well said. And it's a lifestyle. Like you said, it's a lifestyle.
Whoa, some good hard shots exchanged now. Both men throwing good punches and good kicks. Both hands are held high. Once again, Lamothe is the local hero to a lot of people. Great fighter, once again, a great guy.
A beautiful left hook to the body by Lamothe, and that Venegas actually felt that. And another knee to the midsection hip area.
Again.
It's a chess match right now. There's a slip. Aussie was on. Back leg slipped. Good punching. Oh!
Oh! A left hand by Greg Lamothe. And Venegas is having trouble getting up. It happened at the end of the round, so John Cooper is not giving the traditional standing 8, but definitely that you could call that a 10-8 round.
Lamothe landed a good left, and then he just threw that right over top of Aussie's head. And Venegas fighting out of the orange trunks. Greg Lamothe in the black and yellow trunks.
A nice jab left by Venegas and a beautiful right hook to the body by Greg Lamothe. Definitely a good exchange. Nice block from a left hand by Venegas and another block by Venegas. So definitely both guys throwing punches and landing punches equally. But there we go, Ken, at the end of the round. Like you said earlier, you noticed that Greg Lamothe landed a left hand that dropped Venegas. And if there was a couple more seconds on the round, that could have been the finisher.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how he comes out in his second round here. He calls his training undescribable, fighting out of Los Angeles. And he's taking on the local favorite, Greg Lamothe. I believe that's a medieval name.
That's better, Aussie. Better. Commit on that.
Well, Aussie landed a good left jab to start the second round here.
Greg is so fast, Ken. Just the way he gets his kick up there and that left hand, like he doesn't even turn his body towards the punch. They just come straight out of nowhere.
What an interesting match to see him and Suraj go one day, eh? I mean, if you could get the weights to match, that would be a great match.
I think there's training partners and friends, but definitely it would be an interesting fight between those two for sure.
Whoa! Lamothe is firing some bombs. Look at this.
Venegas, you were earlier from the streets of LA. Look at the shots he took. 2 right hands to the head, Ken, and it didn't even move him. Full flush.
That's better. Gotta move now.
Jab.
And that's totally legit, eh, Keith? They'll grab the leg and hold him and just wail away.
Yes, you can. In a modified Muay Thai rules, that is definitely legal.
There you go, sports fans. Keith Naddison filling us in on the rules, regulations.
Oh, wow. Another beautiful right hand followed by a left hook to the body, Ken.
Swinging for the bleachers now, Lamothe. If he lands any of those things, it could be. You can. Ozzy's head's getting knocked backwards on several of those punches. There's another shot. He's taken a lot of shots, Keith.
Greg Lamothe is so powerful, Hurricane. Just so powerful, you're right. For the thin frame that he has, the punches that he lands, Hurricane, are very hard and very powerful.
Whoa, there's a big roundhouse kick, Keith. And the left's working too.
Hands up! Hands up!
Nice, there you go. Counter, counter.
Hands up!
Oh, excellent left hand by Lamothe at the end of the round there, Hurricane. What do you think of that?
He's always full of surprises. Very good, very technical. And he is a club owner also like Doerksen, who puts it on the line, not embarrassed to show his skill set. Round number 3 coming up.
Well said, Hurricane. Very well said. Venegas has taken some flush shots, Hurricane, and it didn't seem to affect him after the knockdown. He's really got...
Venegas, Lamothe throws a left. That right landed on top of the button there. Another left and right. There's a roundhouse kick that definitely landed. There's one on there's a right shot from Lamothe. And now he's kicking him he's kicking the enemy in the back. And then he lands a left roundhouse kick to Ozzy.
But it's not even affecting him. Have you ever seen that, Ken? Landed a flush right hand and not even a change of facial expression.
That is...
it's quite amazing, you know?
That is just freaky.
Especially...
Finishing it off here. Great slow motion action here, Shot Television. Here we go. Big round for both guys. Touch gloves.
Yeah, finish for that.
Lamothe is so fast, Keith.
Yeah, you're right about that. He doesn't lose speed with age either, Ken. You know, Venegas seems like the bigger man here. Wouldn't you say, Ken, as far as when we saw them at the weigh-ins and how they've rehydrated back tonight? What would you say?
Yes. The age difference is 7 years. Our man in the orange shorts, 39. Lamothe's 32, 33 now.
Move on, see that, boy?
Beautiful combination there by Greg, a 1-2. These guys are fighting hard, landing. Oh! Nice right hook by Venegas.
Venegas is starting to land some punches now. This is beginning to turn into a bit of a war here at the Western Speedway.
Jab!
Hands up! Hands up!
Welcome once again to Summer Slugfest, number 7. Keith Naddison at ringside. I'm Ken Hurricane Hines.
So how do you have it so far, Hurricane? I got Greg winning the first 2 rounds, but I see the gentleman from Los Angeles coming up a little stronger here in this round and having a bit of a comeback. Not necessarily winning the round, but showing he's got heart and he's not giving up.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. But here comes Lamothe again. Man, the conditioning of these athletes is amazing. How's that work for his chance of winning this round?
I just think it's more of a push takedown slip, so I don't think the judges look hard on that. This is a tough round to score, Ken.
Combo, combo.
There it is.
Double jab. Nice.
Work your levels, Ozzy.
But there's Lamothe finishing strong. 5 seconds left to go. Look at this. You know, Keith, just when you think Ozzy Venegas is coming out, going to win that round, Lamothe turns that on in the last 20 seconds.
Well said, Hurricane. You're right. And got John Buey and former Dylan Brown Cup winner there.
What do you think? We're going to the highlights here. Take it away, Keith.
A jab landed by Lamothe, and Venegas, a beautiful right hand. They're just exchanging on the inside. Another jab landed by Venegas. And then Lamothe with a right hand left hook combination. We go for a knee to the body here. They're dominating each other in clinch, and a push down by Venegas, which really doesn't mean much on the scorecards.
Yeah, I just thought I'd ask you about that. Each sport seems to be slightly different. There's Orlando from Shaw Television in front of us, doing a great job inside the ring here. Staying small so the people in the expensive seats can see around them. Good job, Orlando.
None of this would be possible without the great work of these inside guys by Shaw. They're the real stars of these shows.
Well, they make me look good anyhow. You look good all the time, Keith.
Not really, Ken, but thank you. Beautiful
Lamothe.
jab.
Jabbing away. Left jab's working. Here comes the Aussie crazy train again. Look at his eyes. Look at him. He's trying to give it back to Lamothe. John Cooper gets in there, separates them. Here we go again.
More than one, Ozzy.
Nice jab, attaboy.
Hey, there you are.
Ho, ho, ho.
Knee back.
Those heavy, heavy hands. Speaking up, he's coming up next. Ken Huber. Greg Lamothe's got the heavy hands right now.
I would have to agree with that. An excellent display of modified Muay Thai here. Beautiful left kick, Hurricane.
Yeah, nice roundhouse kick either side. He's going to work the legs. It's like a fighter can go up, then he can go back down, go back up again. It really throws off the other athlete.
Movement, Ozzy.
Knee. Turn now, turn. Knee or sweep.
They're, mixing it up on the inside. Venegas has the tie clinch. John Cooper's going to separate them, get them back to the center. Lamothe is so good in middle range, Ken. He's got reach and power. Venegas seems to be effective in the clinch. And
Attaboy, Ozzy.
Wow.
Move your feet now. Move your feet now.
Whoa.
whoa!
Oh. This summer Slugfest is turning into something amazing. Stan Pederick, Steve Drain Production, Steve Drain Promotion, Hall of Fame motorcycle champion, put this show on, and it's been a good one. Rock bands, beverage gardens, and non-stop action. And Ozzy looks down at his man on the ground.
Excellent way to put that. And I got all 4 rounds so far there for Lamothe, Ken.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, what do you think?
Well, not bad at all. Round 5 coming our way.
Could be a clean sweep, Mr. Himes. What do you think? How do you have the score so far in the first 4 rounds?
I've got Lamothe. That 3rd round, I believe, was pretty good for Ozzy. But then Lamothe ended it real fast and hard like he always does. Here we go to the highlights. Take it away, Keith Madison.
A kick to the body blocked, and actually both guys blocking shots here in this exchange, ending up in a tie clinch situation. Here we go. This is when Greg's really effective in the middle range. Beautiful right, left hook to the body, and followed by a kick to the head. An excellent combination.
The big round coming up. The
Round-
championship on the line.
Round number 5.
What are we
Round
fighting
number
for
5.
again, Keith?
We're fighting for the IKF North American Muay Thai Modified Canadian Championship, with Greg Lamothe owns the Canadian, and he's trying to add the North American one to his repertoire.
Nice, nice. Here we go.
Chin down.
Hurricane. Beautiful
Go,
left
let's
hand
go.
there again, Hurricane.
That's right, Ozzy. Now something now.
Don't wait.
Don't wait. Don't wait. Hands first. Yes, follow.
Yes.
Well, Ozzy's turning it on here.
Ooh. Even that left hook that missed, Ken, you can see the ferocity on it. Sometimes the punches that miss just you can see the actual power and speed behind it.
Some big looping punches by Lamothe. Jabbing, trying to skewer Venegas.
Right now.
Ho-ho. You can hear it down here, Keith. Those are heavily hell-bent for leather. Launched attacks by both gentlemen, but mostly Greg Lamothe, a powerhouse.
Exactly right, Ken. He's so good in the middle range. Right here in the middle range, throwing that right and left hand with his reach. The power on those punches is excellent.
Boy.
So close.
More. Go high with the Braidwood. Go high with the Braidwood.
Can Osvaldo, Ozzy Venegas take it to Lamothe in this last round? He's going to need a big TKO, big knockout, or just a massive amount of punches and kicks in the last bit here to save himself.
Oh, beautiful left kick to the head that opened up a gash over Oswaldo's left eye, Ken. The damage is finally starting to take its effect, Hurricane.
Lamothe's just got to hang on to this one. Will Lamothe hang on to it? No, oh, here comes Ozzy. Look at him. Look at him. He's a wild man. His mouth is open. He's basically yelling at Lamothe through his teeth, his mouth guard. Greg steps back. There's less than 10 seconds left to go, Keith. And Lamothe continues to fight back. He is the ultimate warrior.
Oh, beautiful left hand to end the fight, Hurricane. What a fight. What
Wow.
an amazing performance with two great athletes.
Whoa. Unbelievable. Osvaldo Venegas is going to go back to Los Angeles with some sweet dreams.
And look
The
who we have
man
up
he
here,
took on.
Hurricane. Combat Kerry Scar, your ex-friend, the world champion, 50 fights. I know you've mentioned, you know her well. And look who we got here, Ian Johnson. Swept the Golden Gloves back in the 70s, and it's great to have him here. Okay.
And we're going to go to the highlights right now.
Okay.
Here we go,
I think
just
so.
finishing off this round. I think Lamothe's got it. There's so much pressure and so much other stuff happening. He's got him tied up here. But Lamothe did not give up. He could have sat back. And even with the last 10, 15 seconds, Lamothe put on a show for the people, the fans. He is going to be a superstar in this business one day. Gosh darn it. We're going to take all these Canadian fighters down to America and take on Team America. Let's bring them all in a van and a big bus, Keith, and take them down to Las Vegas. Here we go, finish this off, Keith.
A beautiful left kick by Greg Lamothe and a right hand followed by a kick to the body. And as you said earlier, Lamothe doesn't care if he's up 4 rounds to nothing. He's going to sit on the inside and bang in the 5th. Both guys would just take consolidated some stuff. Stan Patrick wanted to mention that Osvaldo Venegas had such an amazing performance and will of heart that he's going to automatically award him with the Dylan Brown Cup. He's going to have his name on that trophy for time to come. Ken, Stan Patrick wanted me to mention that right here. We have the first guy from outside the country win the Dylan Brown Cup, Hurricane.
Wow, does he get to take that back with him?
He gets to have his name on it, but I think he gets a smaller version.
Okay. Look at the bobblehead version. Look at the blood dripping off the warrior, Greg Lamothe. Look at him. Look at him all happy. Man, he's got tears in his eyes of joy. What a great guy. You can't say anything bad about Greg Lamothe.
As you said, Hurricane, what a gentleman. I don't know anyone that has anything bad to say about him, and this is Victoria. You know, it's hard.
Did you see that last fight against the Muay Thai guy from Calgary?
This
was
is
a barn
50-45,
burner.
Ken.
Here we go.
50-45.
At 50, 45, 49, 46.
Unanimous decision.
46. Winner and still champion by
And
unanimous decision.
Still champion, unanimous decision, Greg Lamothe.
What an excellent performance to end the amateur night, Ken. And now we get to the pros. Now we get to the good stuff. Now we get to the good stuff.
Oh, now we get the good
To
stuff.
the pros. To the pros. The
Okay,
guys that
okay.
are paid to be for the guy that the money's on the line with. And this
Oh,
is the real stuff.
yeah. It's different. But I mean, if you think of amateur guys doing this for free,
Yeah, these really are.
who does this for free? The sport, you know, it's unbelievable. Even the prizes, you know, at the highest levels aren't good enough for what these guys do. And then guys who fight for free.
Yeah. And look at the guys in Greg Lamothe's corner, as you called. You called earlier. Look at Brendan Ross that won the Dylan Brown Cup when you commentated a couple of shows ago against Peter Lopez. Remember they had that war?
Good
He's
memory,
in the corner
good
of Greg
memory,
Lamothe.
Keith.
So really good guys in his corner, Greg Lamothe.
Once again, Keith is my rain man. He knows more about the sport and what's going on locally than anybody. And it's good to have you on the show here. We are looking at a lot of people in the ring right now. A lot of big hugs to Greg Lamothe.
And look who jumped in, a world Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion, Matt Kaiser from Victoria. Went to Bulgaria,
where is he?
surprised everybody. Matt Kaiser right there in the blue shirt. He's the first Victoria gentleman to win a world title.
All right, let's wrap up here. A great match by Greg Lamothe, Victoria, the champion again. And there's his little girl. Fox Showroom, where our beautiful after party will take place. Come and meet some of the great athletes at the Fox Showroom.
And here we are coming out for round 4. What a war between Kian and Heidari and Ken Huber. I haven't seen this many punches thrown in a round in a long time. A good friend of mine, Ken Huber, never gives up, always fights to the end. And Persian Warrior, another great gentleman, Kian Heidari, is throwing a volume of punches we haven't seen in a 4-round fight before. Both gentlemen of the sport. Both guys do not like each other personally. And here we're going to try to settle things. This is going to be a 4th round we've never seen before, Ken.
Well, Huber's going to come out throwing harder now. He's not going to lay back as much. Wants to get those scores going on the judges' scorecards, get him his way. And just an interesting matchup. You keep wondering, Keith, when Heidari comes down with his head down, that you think, well, can't Huber throw an uppercut and take him out that way? Why is he having trouble trying to get to that? Because you can see he kind of goes head first when Heidari attacks.
Oh, yeah, that's the true thing. Me and Jason Height talked about it. We were going to have Mitch Timone fight Kian Heidari for the provincial light heavyweight title back about 6 months ago. And he's such an unorthodox fighter, and his body's wide open. But for some reason, his conditioning, he never runs out of gas. And he was so effective coming forward and throws such a high volume of punches. He's so hard to beat. The only man to beat him is Benit Bisla from Bisla Martial Arts in Surrey, Hurricane.
Is that right?
In a fight that I thought was an even
Look,
fight.
there it is. Huber was able to land a right uppercut there, but a very light one, Keith.
I don't know what's in the beard, as you said earlier, Hurricane, but this guy's eating something, and he's eating a lot of punches, and he takes them.
The beard's a shock absorber. Who knows?
I've been excited for this fight for over 2 years now. We were supposed to have this in Nanaimo, then in Langley, and then in Surrey, and finally we get it here for us, Hurricane, in Victoria, and it's exactly what we expected it to be, a full-out war. Guys throwing, swinging for the fences for 4 straight rounds.
So a real hatred here, Keith. Real lot of animosity going way back.
Going way back, Hurricane, way back, of a lot of internet personal stuff, a lot of very not nice things said, and it was real. It was like a John Jones, Daniel Cormier thing. Beautiful left hook finally landed there by Ken Huber, but the volume is so high by Heidari, I don't see how he's losing these rounds. What do you think?
Oh, man, this one stumps me. The action's good. It's a good chess game. If you're a boxing purist, this is an interesting fight to watch. The stylings, the matchup here. Something fell out somewhere by the ring.
It looks like the tag on the shorts. I don't know what that is, Ken. I don't think I've seen anything like that in my few years of commentating.
It's Huber's credit card.
It looks like it. Somebody better grab that. He's going to need that for the after party.
Man, oh man.
And both guys, see Hurricane, they don't slow down. They're fighting at this pace the whole time.
It is incredulous to see this.
But how do you keep, oh, finally Huber lands something that pushes back Keenan in his tracks, but he never backs up, dude. What a beautiful fight. This is the first time they've hugged in over 5 years.
Wow.
I'm surprised to even see that in any. A great show of sportsmanship by both gentlemen.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
an excellent fight. I'm going to have to give that a 3 rounds to 1 for Keenan, just because of volume of punches. Ken was excellent off the ropes. What do you think, Hurricane?
Yeah, good counter fighter, Huber. Very brave, very tough, strong. It just, I think it's a red corner win.
It's hard to say, Hurricane, because Ken Huber's one of the, like Greg Lamothe, he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in the boxing world. If you ever had a conversation with or spent any time with him, he cares about people. So, and Keenan is a young man that is growing. So, I like both guys so much they dislike each other, and it's almost hard to say you like the other one.
Oh, Huber's applauding.
What a show of
Comes over to the other corner, Keith.
What a show of sportsmanship after all these years of this long grudge, and these guys come over and hug. And as sportsmanship guys, like you and I have always been, Ken, we'd like to see that at the end, But that doesn't mean we don't want to see a round 2 of this on a card in the future.
Well, what's the possibility of having a tie here?
It is a possibility, but I think the volume of punches landed by Keenan is too much.
I don't know what just happened behind us, but
something happened in the beer garden. It's a different world over there, Hurricane, so you never know what might happen in the beer garden, We got Jason Fenton.
What's going on over there? There's a party over there.
Yeah.
The heck? It's like everybody's looking at something over there in the beverage garden, and
Ken Huber, a good friend of mine. He's there training with Precision Boxing. And Terry Strawson, long-time fighter from the Liverpool area. We're glad to have him in the house. And he's here with Ken. And, Ken's a great guy. Just breaks my heart to see. I think he's going to lose his fight by a 3-round 1 score.
The other guy kept pushing the fight.
38, and both judges 2 and 3 scored this fight at 40-36 for a majority decision, winning this bout, fighting out of the red corner, Kian Heidari.
That was really shocking, Ken, that one judge would have it 36, 38, 38. The other guys would have it a 4-round sweep. But I think it was the right decision. It's just a volume of punches. I love Ken Huber. Respect that guy more than anything. But the volume of punches was in the favor of Keenan Heidari. And he keeps doing this. He went to Seattle, Ken, about 6 months ago. And with 0 pro fights, fought a guy, Ken, that had 12 pro fights and got a draw. Like, that doesn't happen.
This is the big bout, the main match of the evening here at Summer Slugfest number 7, the one that the people paid their money to come and see. It is Braidwood against Leal. What do you expect to see here tonight, Madison?
Hurricane, we don't know a lot about Wilfredo Leal. We know that he's 10-10. We know that he's from the city of Mexico. We know that he doesn't speak that much English. But we do know that he's a counter fighter that likes to brawl. And we're just looking forward to seeing him in here. We expected him to be someone that was a little heavier, but he came in a lot leaner and in a lot better shape than we expected him to. So this is what he does for his living. He's got the Reyes gloves on. He's coming in for a serious win here. I think he's got some height on. Braidwood's got some height on him, though, Hurricane.
Yes, indeed. Here he is, all 260 pounds of him in the green outfit with the white and silver trim. Wilfredo Leal, 6'3", 260, from Sonora, Las Mocas, Mexico. He considers himself a counter-puncher, Keith. And he knows that Braidwood is a hard puncher. And here comes Adam Braidwood making his way to the ring now. Originally from Richmond, BC, former 2006 #1 pick in the CFL draft from the Edmonton Eskimos. The people are on their feet. He's coming back to fight again after that tragedy a couple months ago in Edmonton where he lost his best friend, Tim Hague, and he is giving this fight to Tim Hague and all his fights in the future for his buddy Tim.
We're really excited to have Adam Braidwood, a gentleman that I've got to know over the last couple of months. Had some turmoil in his life after a CFL career, and bounced back from that, and came back for a boxing career. Had a very sad knockout of Mr. Tim Haig, a longtime mixed martial arts veteran who passed away, and it's hurt Adam Braidwood a lot, but Adam came back, and he's been an inspiration to a lot of people in the city of Victoria, training out of Lestage Boxing with the great boxing coach, Richard Lestage, and also out of Zuma Martial Arts, training with Adam Zuchek, Ryan Janes, Alexei Ajerov, Tyler Dolby, Nick Dreyes, Dustin Joinson, and apparently Brian Caldwell, who's the first BC athlete in over 15 years to win the Canadian amateur title, moved over to Montreal, told me that Braidwood was a big thing that brought his career together. So Braidwood's a role model and a really nice guy, and I hope he gets the love from support from the fans that he deserves, Hurricane.
Well, there he is, 6'5", 242 pounds of him, 8-1 record he brings here. He gets his inspiration from such tough fighters as Mike Tyson and Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran. Ringside official for this is Mr. Scobie. This is a professional fight.
Mr.
Wilfredo Leal.
Joe Scobie, an excellent referee, as we talked earlier, a longtime veteran of the sport. That's why he's handling the big boys. He's a bigger gentleman himself, so he can separate people. I don't know how long this fight's going to be. Braidwood hits like a ton of bricks.
Round number one. Look at the size of the gloves that Braidwood's wearing. Those are 10-ounce gloves, Keith, and they look like little mitts that you might wear in a snowstorm or something. Those are small gloves, and that guy supposedly hits so freaking hard. I wouldn't want to. Anyways, don't count his Mexican counterpart out, because he has fought Mario Heredia. He's a Mexican professional boxer in the heavyweight division. He's fought him, and that guy went to the 2011 World Amateur Boxing Championships. And he also fought Romero Redunciendo, who participated in the 2004 Summer Olympics for his native country of Mexico. So Leal is not to be taken lightly by Braidwood, working the body.
Beautiful body shot there by Braidwood. He's so fast for a man of that size. Also has a box jump of 5.5 feet. That's close to some NFL superstars like J.J. Watt. So this guy's a tremendous athlete we're about seeing right here, Hurricane.
He's a real athlete, a real sportsman. This is his life. He's given up those bad decisions he's made. He's made this his life, and it's really helped him to be fit of mind and body. Here we go. Braidwood in the red shorts.
I've noticed a change here.
Leal in the green.
I've noticed a change here as well, Hurricane. He's got that Richard Lestale, very patient, not throwing wide hooks, throwing punches from his head and bringing his hands back, and that's what Lestage boxes. Oh my God.
Leal got one shot in the face. He's bleeding.
This is over.
He is wobbling away here on Guerre Street.
One right hand by Adam Braidwood, and this fight is over.
Right hand, and the people are rushing out of the Speedway, out of the stadium right now. Can you believe this?
What a beautiful performance by Adam Braidwood. A right hand up the middle, as you called earlier, Ken. Hurricane Himes, straight right up the middle, and Wilfred Leal was on a clear streak.
Here it is right now, Keith.
Whoa!
Right there, boom, on the button. Leal's bleeding from the nose. Dr. Dan Buey is at ringside taking care of him.
Oh! You can feel the force, see the force behind it.
Look at this.
Wilfred Leal's a tough guy with a great chin, and he was on, I hate to say it, but queer street.
And you know what, even Braidwood wasn't really going forward that much. There wasn't a lot of a momentum going forward. He just fired that thing right straight up the middle, like a lot of coaches want. And Braidwood, how many seconds that last, Keith?
That was very quick. I don't have the exact time, but that's the stage boxing, patience, looking for your opportunity to land big punches. That's what Richard Lestage has had a couple people fight for Canadian and world titles before. So we're a small gym out of Qualicum, and this is how good of a coach he is. And he's blossomed a great athlete into an awesome pro fighter. And Braidwood comes back strong, Hurricane.
And the crowd is going wild. They're still up on their feet. Here we go back to the replay one more time. Braidwood is stepping back. Leal's moving forward. So Braidwood wasn't really even moving forward. He was just planted and just threw the right. That's what it looks like to me, Keith.
He kind of pivoted off his calf and actually looked like he was lingering out of the pocket. But that's kind of a Richard Lestage technique to fade like you're fading out of the pocket, but then come off your right leg and drop that right hand straight up the middle. And, you know, with Braidwood, how much power do you need to put into a punch to put a guy to sleep, Hurricane? You know?
Wow. That's what he came to do. He is the future heavyweight champion from Canada, who will try and lead us to a world title of one of the 4 big belts on the international scene. Official decision by Jax Forsman, our ring announcer tonight. Great job. 58 seconds, Keith, 58 seconds.
And a great road back for Adam Braidwood. This has got to be mixed emotions for him, Ken, after the loss of Tim Hague, who was a friend, and the fight was a fight that was matched up in the last week because the other opponent fell through, so they had to talk a little bit of smack about each other, but people didn't realize that they were actual friends, and so it's good for Braidwood to actually come out here and get a victory. And sometimes when that happens to you, it happened to a couple guys in the past and they weren't able to fight again, but Braidwood solved that problem, came out, he did it.
Braidwood did a great job. He's got a young kid in his hands now, showing him off to the audience, and that makes it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, sports fans across the country, thank you very much for tuning into the Shaw Channel 4 Victoria Sports Spectacular. It was a great night of boxing, kickboxing, MMA. I'm Ken Hurricane Himes, the sports guy that's not shy, with my good friend Keith Madison. What do you got to say for yourself, buddy? We're wrapping her up.
It was a real honor to be able to work with the Hurricane tonight. You got that great award tonight, and thanks so much for having us on an excellent night of fights. We got to come out here and be ringside as commentators and watch this stuff live. Thank you so much for having us, and we'll be back soon. I think April or maybe even sooner, December. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, sports fans, for tuning into Summer Slugfest #7.